This is the Midday Show live, coming to you live from the studios of Equa Television Africa by this hour. My name is Joyce Yakwari. I have Sambo Solomon in the studio with me. Sambo, you're welcome on the show.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes, and today, just like always, we'll be talking or looking into another country of great interest. On the Midday Show Live, we try to bring activities from other countries, their culture, and even everything that is of interest in that country so that you relate it or you know that, okay, there are differences between how you do yours in your own country and what is expected in another country. And today on the show, we shall be going to Cyprus. And yes, when you mention Cyprus, you know, most Nigerians can relate to it because Cyprus has been a country where most Nigerians live there, they go to school there, and they can relate mostly with some of their cultures and even how they live lives. And I know while talking, there are some people that can say, yes, this is what is found there, or I had this experience. So before we go into the country proper, I just want to appreciate people that have been watching us on our Facebook and YouTube page. And whenever we are, I would like to take so that at least you know that, yes, we watch you, you watch us, and we know that you send this comment. And this number one is coming from Booba Boy Daniel, who says, great work, Equa TV. Keep on doing the good job. Watching live from Kurudu District, FCT, Abuja. Another one said, from Nuhu Manga, he said, I love it. These are just a few I would like to take, but we have so many from even some other episode. We had a comment from Guzape, we had a comment from Lagos, we had a comment from Abuja, so many of these beautiful states. We just want to say we love you and thank you for your encouragement and support. So moving straight, it's our topic or country for the day. Sambo.
Yeah, we are talking Cyprus, like you just mentioned. And then Cyprus is, and the capital is Nicosia.
Yes.
And then their currency is Euro. They choose Euro. And then the continent where they are located is in Europe. Head of government, the president of Cyprus is both the head of state and then head of government. And the official language is Greek and Turkish. And then location is in Middle East island in the Mediterranean Sea, south of Turkey. The climate temperature is more like
hot, dry, and cool winters.
Yeah, and the population 1.1 million as of 2019. And then ethnic makeup, we have Greek. Ethnic makeup, we have Greek 77%, Turkish 18%, and then 5% by others. Religion, Greek Orthodox 78%, Muslim 18%, and then Maronites and Americans Apostolic and others take 4%. Government, Republic. Brief history, that's just a background.
Yes,
of,
like more like the data.
The data, yes. I think you will just take us brief into their brief history.
Yes.
Let's see how they are being formed, when and how.
Well, in the brief history, Cyprus was part of the British Empire from 1914 under military occupation, from 1914 to 1925. And a crown colony from 1925 to 1960. We can see the progression of that. Then Cyprus' status as a protectorate of the British Empire ended in 1940 when the Ottoman Empire declared war against the Triple Entente and powers, which included Great Britain. Then Cyprus was then annexed by the British Empire on 5th November, that's 1914 still. During the course of the First World War, Britain offered to cede Cyprus to Greece if they will fulfill their treaty obligations to Atal, Bulgaria, but Greece declined. British proclaimed Cyprus the crown colony of British Cyprus in 1925 under an undemocratic constitution. After a series of efforts on August 16, 1960, Cyprus gained its independence from the United Kingdom after the long anti-British campaign by the Great Cypriot ECHO, that's National Organization of Cypriot Fighters, a guerrilla group which desired political union with Greece, or a nonist. Archbishop Macaris III, a charismatic religious and political leader, was elected the first president of independent Cyprus on 13 December 1959. In 1961, it became the 99th member of the United Nations. So we can see the history and the progression and who became the first president and, being part of the United Nations. That's more like the brief history of Cyprus.
Okay, I would like to talk about the geography of Cyprus. Cyprus, officially called the Republic of Cyprus, is an island country in the Eastern Mediterranean Sea. It is the third largest and the third most populous island in the Mediterranean. In the Mediterranean, and is located south of Turkey, west of Syria, northwest of Gaza Strip and Israel, and then Lebanon, north of Egypt and southwest of Greece. You see, that is how the countries that are surrounding Cyprus. So you can see, and then when you look at it, you'll see that is a Middle East country, but
Yes.
in Europe. So you see the location, and Cyprus, seeing it and then knowing that they have they are being colonized or by British. So you can see how liberal we can say, when it comes to doing certain things, in Cyprus.
Well, moving on to the education of Cyprus, the education system is divided into pre-primary, primary, secondary, and tertiary. And in the pre-primary education, the age is from 3 to 6 years old. Then the primary education, 6 to 12 years old. Then the secondary education, 12 to 18 years old. And the higher education, 18 years plus. I think you can relate it to most of the African countries, or most countries, yes, where this education system is found. Then the full-time education is compulsory for all children ages between 5 and 15. Then state-provided schooling, including higher education, is paid for by taxes. And the taxes that are being collected. Then there's a parallel system of accredited independent schooling, and parents may choose to educate their children by any suitable means. So that's the education of Cyprus. They have the pre-primary, primary, secondary, higher education, which is expected in most countries.
Yes, and then earlier you talked about Cyprus. People from this country, Nigeria, they can easily relate because we have so many people that we even know that we relate day to day, that are there schooling and doing other things, and then they're doing well.
And I remember there was a time that because of how Nigerians love to go to school in Cyprus, they have a high percent of them, or the statistics shows that there are a lot of Nigerians living in Cyprus doing one school or the other. And I think we have friends that have been, went to school there. There was a time that the NIDCOM, that's a Nigerian in diaspora commission, warned that Nigerians should not go abroad for school. It was a controversial case when Nigerians came out to attack that Nigeria should provide a good education system so that they can stay in the country, because of one killings or the other in Cyprus. Yes. But those are found too in other countries. But it's just that all those racial kind of problems. But even though the Nigerians said they are not, most of them are not racist and they enjoy to to take pictures with them, they enjoy being friendly with them, and so on. Even though that's not what we're discussing about, since it's the education that we're talking about, I just had to mention that. But it's a good place to get a good education.
Yeah, you're right, because just to add up, my uncle happened to be an ambassador to Turkey, so that area was a catchment area. And then my cousin happened to be an agent to one of the universities there in Cyprus. And then the reason why I'm saying that, that when that issue of killing Nigerian students that I had to put a call through to him then for a first-hand information, and then he narrated the story, and then he told me what the Nigerian government are doing then, and then you could see the rapid response concerning that, and then quickly the government now swift into action, and they tackle that particular problem so that it won't get out of hand. And we can see since then, there's nothing like that, and then people have been going in and out, and then that the only thing that we are saying is that let the system work. You said something earlier. It's not that we don't have good schools here. Even the government school, the public school, we have good teachers. Those are determined. But the system, you see, the systems there are working. And then you will find out all this giving a particular certain years from 5 to 18, you have free education, and then not just free education, but in a conducive environment so that you compete globally anywhere you go. And Nigerians are doing well there, and
I think if not for anything, even if it's not about education in Nigeria or whatsoever, there are some people or some parents that would like to send their children to other countries to experience different culture while gaining education or while studying in that country. So there are a variety of factors for people going to other countries to study.
And you're right. That's why some parent will say you will finish here, go to public school here, or study, whether it's a private, finish, then your master's, that's when you go there, so
it's
that you mingle and have,
yes,
because the globe now is closing, is becoming, let's look at the economy of Cyprus. The economy of Cyprus is the highest income economy as classified by the World Bank, and it was included by the International Monetary Fund. It is listed of advanced economy in 2001. Cyprus adopted the euro as its official currency on 1st January 2008, replacing the Cypriot pound at its irrevocable fixed exchange rate of CYP at 0.585274 per euro. Cyprus has an open free market, service-based economy with some light manufacturing internationally. And then Cyprus promotes its geographical location as a bridge between East and West, along with its educated English-speaking population, moderate local costs, good airline connection, and then telecommunication. Well, so you see, you see the strategy again. Yes. When you talk about economy, you need to strategize. Sell areas of interest, because people want to know. Even when it comes to doing business, they would like to know what you have to offer.
Yes, the service.
Why are you calling them, and the rest. Yes.
Well, that's about the economy of Cyprus. I just want us to go into the tourist attraction. Cyprus is a beautiful country, and you can't talk about Cyprus without talking about the sightseeing. You can't talk about the beauty of Cyprus. So let's start with the tourist attraction. I have one which is Hilarion. It's is perched on a hill overlooking Piscopi Bay, and forgive me if I'm not calling it well. The tumbled home, temples, and public buildings of Korean complex make it easier to imagine the life what was like on Cyprus 2,000 years ago. Standout sites include the remains of Roman bath, an open agora, a temple to Apollo, and an theater where classical plays are still performed today. So this is more like a beautiful place with so many activities. There's a theater, there's a temple, there are so many, the Roman bath, are found in this place. And it's a tourist attraction for a lot of people to visit. For people to go there and experience different things in an enclosed place.
Yes. And then they have Colossae Castle, situated near the southern tip of Cyprus. Colossae Castle is a three-story keep built as a military fortress for the crusaders of the High Middle Age. You see how beautiful it is. It's an old structure, but you can see the architecture. That means looking at that, and the years, you would like to go and see.
It looks like an ancient castle.
Yes.
You like to visit. Well, moving on, we have the Omodos village located in Trudels Mountains near the city of Nicosia. And Omodos is well worth visiting for its beauty and charm as well. The town's 17th century monastery is home to several museums, including an icon museum that features extraordinary wood carvings as well as an extensive collections of icons. See how beautiful it is. It's so beautiful, and you can see a lot of pictures, a lot of what is it called, the museum kind of feel, and the glitters is in gold, and so that is almost
the gold feeling there.
The monastery.
Yeah, and we have Zenobia wreck diving. The wreck of the Zenobia is ranked as one of the world's best diving sites. Easy accessibility, mild current and temperature, water, and then it brings around 45,000 divers to the wreck each year, and 45,000 is not a small number. It's not a small number. That's just that place. You could see. Wow.
And it's being ranked the one of the world's best diving sites. Do you know what that means? So it brings it. Obviously, to attract tourists, to attract divers, that's lovers of water, lovers of water, and going into the water to see what it has, even the fish and everything.
You must love water
for you to dive. There are people that are professional divers.
Yes.
There are people that do it for fun. There are people that it's just a hobby for them. So it attracts them that they visit this place just to go into there. If you see from the pictures, you could see people too with it, and it has, just like you said, it has a mild temperature, mild current and temperature water, brings about 45,000 divers, imagine, to the wreck each year. Then we have the Tomb of Kings. The Tomb of Kings near Phafos is a large necropolis dating back to the 4th century BC. The tombs are carved out of the solid rock and decorated with Doric columns. Despite the name, there is no evidence of any royalty buried there. The tombs are unique in Cyprus, being heavily influenced by ancient Egyptian tradition, when it was not believed that tombs for the dead should resemble houses for the living. So that was the inspiration behind the tombs of king. See, this represents where the living can be too. So that's why we have the tombs of king, and most tourists, when they get there, they like to go into them to see what it requires. It reminds me of stories and all these beautiful places. Sometimes in the Bible, you imagine, when you hear tombs, you imagine this is the picture will come to your head as such. So it's an ancient building, ancient tomb, and even though no one has been buried there before, no royalty has been buried there before.
Yes, we have Nisi Beach. Nisi Beach is best known for its lively beach party scene. Young people flock its white sand to sip libation at the famous Nisi Bay Beach bar, where DJs play music day and night, like all the beaches in Ayanapa. There's a water sport center in Nisi where visitors can enjoy everything from paralleling and then windsurfing, to water skiing, and then dipal boating. All of this that relate with water, and you can see it's been known because of that party kind of a thing, and then by hearing that, you see that mostly youth that are normally
not only youth, you'll be surprised that it's not just the youth that love water and mostly, they love going out. Yes, mostly though, that's a high percentage of people that like to go there. But there are people that just love the feel of beach. That's a bay beach. And there are people that like skydiving. There are people that like pedal boating. So everything is expected there and everything is available there. You can go there, have fun if you love the water. Like someone like me, I don't know, I love the scene. I love to visit, but just to stay far away from it. I think I have something that me and water, we don't really connect. So but I can, step forward, maybe let the water come towards me, then go back in peace. Don't
but
come
not you going into the water.
No, I
can. But the water can come to you and go back in peace.
Yes, go back in peace. So that's my love for water, and that's where it stands. So we have the St. Hilarion Castle. It's a 20-minute hike from Gurney, which takes visitors up past the castle's stables and soldiers' quarter to the royal residence and church. A restored staircase leads to a hilltop guard toward where visitors can enjoy a panoramic vista of the mountains, valleys, and shoreline. So that is about the St. Hilarion Castle, which is a 20 minutes hike. Do you love hiking? Climbing mountains, climbing rocks, and all that?
Yes, I do, because one of the experience is when Equa TV crew visited Donkey, somewhere in Taraba, close to Cameroon there. What's the name of the local government? Is it Aldokora? Or one of the local government in Taraba. But I know they bordered with Cameroon there.
Okay.
We had to cross 7 mountains to reach where Equa station, where Equa had 5 stations where they send their missionaries. And then they have a school there. It is only the only school that you will find there is owned by Equa. So they did everything possible to see that they build a school for them. It will interest you. You only go there by foot or by plane. Okay. All these smaller plane. That's when you drop at the top of the mountain, Donkey Hill, and then
that's like the helicopters.
Yes,
you using the helicopters.
Yes,
right?
Yes, and then they use donkeys, and the donkeys, they are just to pack luggage, not human beings. So that experience and trigger the hiking thing.
Really?
So from there, once in a while, I go for hiking, and then when you want to have a quiet time, think deep, reflect, sometimes it's good, once in a while.
Well, I don't like it. I don't love it. Most times it's done in
You
a
don't
group.
like hiking? You don't
No, I
like
don't.
swimming, like water? You don't?
Yes.
Okay. You
Can't
like...
I don't like
No,
them?
it's okay.
Why are you attacking me?
No, I'm not attacking. I'm just asking.
I don't like it.
Okay,
I
what
don't
do
like
you...
hiking. I don't like to climb mountains or to climb rocks. I know back then growing up, Plateau State is rocky and all. There are times that we just climb maybe back of the house. There are so many rocks we climb, but after I've grown so grown, I don't think
But
I
staying
like
in
it
plateau is
anymore.
a natural hiking.
Yes,
As
it
long as
is.
you live in plateau,
If you do it
you are a
for
hiker.
yes, there are some people that love it, but personally it's not something that I will wake up to it, because I know I've been put in groups where we have so many groups here in Plateau where and they call them different names. Then on Saturdays you have to wake up to go hiking, and on Saturdays I like to sleep. Let me just sleep and rest now, call it. But I think if I go somewhere, maybe if I have the time or it's a vacation or something, I would like to do it out of an experience or just have fun. But just like that, every Saturday there are people that do it every Saturday. Is a hobby, is a practice, is an exercise that is done every Saturday, just like playing football. I don't have the energy, so I think that's why I don't like it. Well, moving on, it's not all
I
about me.
understand.
Moving on, you are taking the next one.
Okay, we have Agios Lazarus Church. The Church of Saint Lazarus is a 19th century...
9th century.
9th century monument to the man that Christians believe Jesus raised from the dead, according to the tradition. Then Lazarus fled to Cyprus to escape persecution and serve as the city's first bishop for 30 years.
Wow, this is a beautiful story.
It's true.
And that's why it is named the Agios Lazarus Church. That's the Church of St. Lazarus. And if you follow the Lazarus story in the Bible, where he was raised from the dead, then where he died and Jesus was called upon to raise him from the dead, you understand why this is done. And it's interesting that he served as the city's first bishop. For 30 years, going back into history and having this beautiful place. I would like to go there just to have the feel and experience, and to see how it is. And it is a beautiful place from the picture on the screen. And if you've been there, you can share your experience too at the comment section. Well, moving on, we have the Kaikos Monastery. This is found in the hills west of the inland city of Pedolas, a gorgeous complex founded in the late 11th century. The most prized artifact in the Weldes Monastery in Cyprus is a portrait of the Virgin Mary, believed to have been painted by Saint Luke. Yes, so that is about the Kaikos Monastery.
Okay, they have Papyrus Archaeological Park, and the most impressive site include Roman villas built around the 3rd century AD, recently restored 2nd century theater, and the Saranka columns, forest, constructed in the 7th century. This is another place too, a place to be, with full of history, from the 3rd century to 7th century. So you can see the progression. It's a place to be. Once you are there, you have the feel of the past and then the present.
I like all these tourist attractions because they feel ancient and they look ancient. They are beautiful and they have history attached to them.
Yeah.
There are some places that is just a beautiful place without a history, but this one, they have history attached to them. And just like the what did we call the Lazarus Church, the Hilarion Castle, even the water side, the Bay beach, and now the Favor famous archaeological park. Like so many history attached, and if you look at it, there are more like a religious history too,
Yes,
based
right.
on the Christian faith, where you have the Virgin Mary, you have the Lazarus, you have so many of these, and dating back to the 7th and 9th century. Yes, so imagine the period, and they are still standing.
Yes.
Well, moving on to the crops, livestock, and poultry, and the common food found in Cyprus. I would like to start with the crop. Widely, cereals are grown in Cyprus, and they include the wheat and the barley. Then we have legumes and vegetables, carrots, potatoes, and tomatoes, fruit and other tree crops. That's the almond, the apples, bananas, carob, grapes, grapefruit, lemons, melons, olives, oranges, and peaches. Crops were fed on irrigation. So you see, they have so many vegetables, fruit. They have cereals too. That's the barley and the wheat. And they are blessed with all this. And it's easy for you as a tourist or a foreigner when you visit the country. You can easily get it. It's available. It's accessible. It's not like, okay, when you're traveling to this country and maybe you love, let's say, what fruit? You love carrots. Then you start traveling with carrots down there. No, it's something that you can get there. So that's about their crops in Cyprus.
Livestock and poultry. Livestock product include poultry and milk, made up of a significant part of the gross output by value of the agricultural sector. In 1989, there were 49,000 cattle, and then you have 325,000 sheep, 208 goat, 281 pigs, and then 2,475,000 chickens. You know, in the country. So you can see they are lovers of agriculture, particularly, you know, when it comes to livestock.
And also they are self-sufficient in pork and in poultry, and it was necessary to import beef, veal, and mutton to meet domestic needs. So that's about their livestock too, and the poultry aspect of Cyprus. Let's go straight into the common food in Cyprus. And I have the number one here. There are so many beautiful food, but we just pick few of them to talk here. We have the Halloumi, and Halloumi is probably Cyprus' most famous product, with its popularity extending to many countries through Europe and Middle East, distinguishable by its mild, salty flavor and rubbery texture. The cheese is produced by combining a mixture of goat and sheep milk before being set with rennet. Goat and sheep milk. Okay, please, next.
You don't want to imagine?
No.
Okay, we have the copipia, stuffed wine leaves, and then gimista. The Cyprus variety of the dolma uses minced meat, rice, onion, tomatoes, and then mixture of herbs. This filling is then carefully wrapped in a fresh vine leaves. I would like to have a taste of.
I think so. Says it has the vine leaves, it has pepper, it has tomato, it has onions, it has the courgette flowers. You know, it's a traditional meal in Cyprus, and just like I said, you would like to taste it. I think I would like to too, and how I would like to see how it's been made. You know, if we have maybe let's say shawarma in other countries, I think is like. I'm thinking that way, in a way where it's wrapped, in a leaf. Even though the shawarma is a kind of a bready kind of, but this one is a leaf. That's a fine leaf. I would like to be there while they are making it. Not like, okay, I would like to taste it, even though at the end of the day, yes. So we have the Sulavkia and Shiftalia, and they consist of small chunks of charcoal grilled meat on a skewer and a large amount of fresh salad fillings, and it is a very popular meal in Cyprus. The meat is commonly pork or chicken and can be accompanied by Shiftalia. These are spiced sausage parcels with herbs, minced pork or lamb that are grilled, and alternatively there are vegetarian options too, with mushroom and Halloumi. That's if you don't like the meaty or the pork or the beef or the chicken that is put there. You as a vegetarian, you can go to for mushroom. And moving on,
okay, we have sovla. Sovla is similar in looks to sovlaki, but different in taste. In isovla, comparing large chunks of meat, slow cooked at a large skewer over the charcoal, over the charcoal barbecue called fokou. In Greek, just pardon us if we didn't pronounce. Pardon me if I didn't pronounce the word correctly. I really want to go and learn Greek. It's part of church history too. The meat is neck and then shoulder of either pork, lamb, or chicken. This food is seen as the king of meat dishes in Cyprus cuisine, as it is very common that a group of friends gather to cook it, as it takes a good hour or two. It is a popular meal eaten on Easter Sunday to celebrate the end of fasting, and can be accompanied with a range of other dishes, usually potatoes and salads.
well, moving on. I think, okay, before we move on, I think this is their suya. So, suya in Nigerian context, meat that is grilled, a barbecued meat. So we call it suya in Nigeria. I think this is more like their own suya over there, where you grill chicken, pork, or beef over the charcoal. Barbecue, and as according to them, that is their most famous and popular food. See how it's looking. I'm a lover of meat.
More like my catchment area.
Everything is your catchment area. Be it cake, be it beef, be it pork, be it everything.
I say meat
be
and
it
cake.
tea, even tea, everything. You don't choose any food. You eat everything. So nothing is your catchment area. Everything it is.
Okay, moving.
So I should shut up.
No, I didn't say you should.
I'm going to the next.
Let's continue.
We are control room. We are going to the next one. So the next is tavas, which means clay pot, referring to the receptacle in which it is customary to prepare and serve this traditional meal. Chunks of lamb, rice, vegetables, and potatoes are cooked together in the pot, along with cumin, which gives it a tangy flavor. Wow. This is nice, and it involves rice, vegetables, and potatoes cooked together. So let's go to number 8 of the next food, which is, I think, kleftiko.
Kleftiko.
Yes.
This dish comes with a fascinating backstory. Kleftiko gets its name from the word stolen.
Oh, kleptomania. I understand.
Okay, yeah. I see. Historically people should still meet and bury to many hours.
I wonder what is funny there. Okay, let me just take it. Historically, people will still meet and bury it to be slow cooked in covered holes in the ground. I think why you are laughing is because it reminds you of yourself. So, so that no smoke will give away the location of the thieves. of the thieves. Today it's cooked in traditional round with white ovens for many hours, flavored with bay leaves, oregano, and red wine. The dish is accompanied by soft oven potatoes or burglar wheat cooked in an onion and tomato sauce. Have it with a side of yogurt to refresh it each bite. So the food is kleptiko, and it means Solon. And Sambo has been laughing so hard trying to explain how it is cooked or trying to explain how the food is, because it reminds him so much of himself, which he's always maybe stealing to bury and hide so that people can't smell it. Then he slow cooks it, then eat it alone. Is that why?
A food, you know.
Is that why?
Why are you attacking me?
We are not. Are we
Why
saying
you
the
attacking
truth?
me?
Am I saying the truth? Is that it?
Which
Then what is
fruit?
funny
You know,
about
I'm just
kleptiko?
looking. This is a food
Yes.
with full of history. You know,
Beautiful.
see how it's coming. You know, that means the practice.
You
of,
have flashback.
I know that's not flashback. For even the country to recognize this, that means it is something like meat.
You will have been the one that would have, discovered this food, and maybe the name would have been Samboy Kleptiko.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. We have Stifodo.
Steve, though, I hope he's not stealing though. Please go ahead.
Is another hearty
They
meat.
love meat.
Yes.
Every of their dish involves meat.
Looking at the livestock statistic, you will know that they,
See how
they love.
so happy you're talking
I
about
love
it.
meat. I love meat. You know
So
what?
what should I do?
Let me confess.
I
You
love
know,
meat. What should I do?
when I saw that when I saw that, Joyce, honestly, it reminds me of my secondary school days.
I said it. Please go ahead.
You know, it reminds me of my secondary school days. You know, when we are in boarding school somewhere in Toro, Bauchi local government, just Nigeria. You know, some funny things. You know, that had to do with meats. You know, we used to go to the bush around to catch some. You understand?
So you stopped our discussion to tell us nothing. Because he didn't really say anything. He just said you remembered you of so many years ago when you were in school. And that is not, you didn't even have any landing, no peak, no ending.
No,
Please go ahead. Your story is boring. Just tell us that you used to steal. You used to steal meat and cook it in your locker.
You landed. No, it's actually. Okay, dish that is a favorite in Cyprus is moist stifado, prepared with onions and drenched in red wine. Oh, wow. Beef is usually cooked alongside
Cinnamon sticks.
And then cloves that gives it a sweet kick. And then it is believed that the Venetians brought the recipe, over Cyprus, added tomato in the 16th century when the fruit reached Europe. Stifado is cooked for several hours and it is served with rice or bolga.
Okay, we have Colossae, and another name for it is a taro, originating from Southeast Asia and Malaysia. The vegetable grows in Cyprus as the Colossae variety. Diners must tread carefully, however, that's in eating it, because in its raw form it can be poisonous. Then nonetheless, it is a very popular food across the island, especially during the winter, as it is thick and substantial vegetable cut in small chunks. The vegetable is cooked in a tomato sauce with onions, herbs, and chicken. Some like to replace chicken with pork. So that is it. It's so meaty. Again, it's so meaty. So that's about the food before we make people hungry. That's the viewers watching, because I know Solo is already hungry and he's imagining how he will get the kleptico. Maybe you can call your brother to send it over to you so that it can remind you and refresh you. Your mind.
Take water over.
Please do. Let's go into the family values, even as we make head to round up on the show. The family is the center of the social structure. The family includes the nuclear and extended family, as always. Elders are respected, and children expect to take care of their parents when they become old, or they become older and infirmed. So this is about the family values in Cyprus. Then you can take the hierarchy in the society for us, please.
Okay, the hierarchy in the society, we have people are expected because of their age and position. Older people are viewed as wise and are granted respect. The oldest person in a group is revered and honored. In a social situation, they are served and introduced first, which is very good.
Yes. Then the meeting etiquette: shake hands, smile, and maintain direct eye contact during greetings. Then many Turkish Cypriots lower their eyes during the greeting as a sign of respect. Then very religious Muslims do not shake hands with women. Then at small social gatherings, your host will introduce you to other guests. Then say goodbye to each person individually when leaving, and they consider this the etiquette of their country and a polite way of socializing, giving respect, doing the social setting where you have to shake hands, you have to smile, you have to maintain eye contact. If you do not maintain eye contact, is seen as disrespect. Then there are some, many of the Turkish people lower their heads when they're talking to you during greeting as a sign of respect. So that's about the meeting etiquette.
We have the giving etiquette. Gift giving is not an elaborate event. If invited to a Cyprus house, bring a consumable gift such as pastries, and then do not give white lilies as they are used for funeral. Gifts are not open when received.
All right.
You have something common here.
Yeah, yes, with what called it, Haiti?
No. The other island country.
South Tome and Principe. Yes, they have that. Then we have the dining etiquette and table manners. Shake hands with everyone when arriving and leaving. Dress casually but well. Offer to help the hostess with the preparation or clearing up after a meal is served. Compliment the house. The fork is held in the left hand and the knife in the right while eating. Remain standing until invited to sit. The oldest person and guest of honor are generally served first. Do not begin eating until the hostess starts. Pass dishes with your right hand only. Expect to be offered second and even third helpings. It is polite to finish everything on your plate. If you have not finished eating, cross your knife and fork on your plate with a fork over the knife so that it will show. I think that's a common etiquette or a common thing. Yes. If you are not done eating, you cross your knife and your fork where your fork on with the fork over the knife so that to show that you're not done eating before the waiter or before so come and carry your food that is in your mind that I am not done eating. Indicate you have finished eating by laying your knife and fork parallel across the right side of your plate. It shows that you are done eating and they can pack up the plate. I think it's a normal kind of etiquette that is found in so many countries, so many organized country, and so many organized social settings. Yes.
We have business relation and communication. Cyprus prefer face-to-face meeting rather than doing business by telephone or in writing, which is regarded as too impersonal. And then it takes time to develop relationship. This may be accomplished in the office over extended lunch, dinner, social outing. Once a relationship has developed, their loyalty will be to you personally rather than to the company you represent. If your company changes representative, the relationship building will need to begin anew. It is imperative to show difference and respect to those in position of authority. When dealing with people at the same level, communication can be more informal. Avoid confrontation. Cyprus do not like publicly admitting they are incorrect. Under no circumstances should you ever let someone think that you do not trust them, since trust and personal relationships form the cornerstone of business.
Wow. That's nice. Which one do you like here? Which one do you like the most, and which one do you like the least in these business relationship and communication etiquette?
Yeah, I think number one.
You like it?
Yes.
You prefer face-to-face meeting?
Yes.
Instead of the business or telephone or writing?
Yes, that's when you build.
No, I'm not saying you should explain.
Okay.
I'm just asking you
Yes,
prefer it.
I prefer.
Don't fight it.
Yeah,
okay, so why do you prefer it?
I was about to explain. You
but I just asked. I didn't say explain further.
Okay. It's all right.
So explain further.
Yeah, I feel meeting face to face. That's when you will know, because if you are sensitive, there are certain things you observe while meeting someone, while discussing, and there are so many things that you access, and then it's easier to get along, coming face to face, because talking on phone, maybe you never can tell. You never can tell.
So which one do you like the least?
The list. I think. When dealing with when dealing with people, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 7.
Number 7, when dealing with people at the same level, communication can be more informal.
Yes.
So you want, even at the same level, it should be formal and respect.
Yeah, because it's business.
Yeah.
Because it's business.
Yes, to enjoy in business. So you want to ask me?
Okay, which is your favorite and which is your least?
Favorite? I don't have any favorite. I think which one do I like?
Okay, which one do you like?
Say it well. So
which one do you like
the most?
The most.
Okay, I think I like avoiding. Okay, the least. I will start with the least. Is this avoid confrontation. Cyprus do not like publicly admitting they are incorrect. You know, I can't stand when somebody is not correct and I will not confront or I will not correct. No, I will tell you, sir, please, it's not correct though. So I don't know what you can do. Do you understand? It's not like confrontation, it's like correction. Sir, ma, it's not, you are incorrect, you are not correct. I think it is like that. So that at least follow who no road, according to Nigerian term, you understand? At least if you share your knowledge or you correct someone, the person will grow. So which one is it that I should keep quiet when someone is incorrect?
I was reading, in my mind, I was shaking my head like this. I said, not Joyce in that thing.
It's not like, no, it's not like it's on all things. There are some things you excuse, you understand? But there are some things that I just feel okay when you share your knowledge or you know, I like when I am wrong to tell me, it will grow me. But when you just keep quiet, everybody will be blind in that country. Then another one that I don't like again is this number 1, prefer face-to-face meeting. Why? Send a mail or call me off. Let's finish this thing. This face-to-face, how many you leave it a day? I know there are some that they have a high level, like the gravity of the matter, they have to meet face-to-face. But in this COVID-19 generation,
you are just bringing COVID-19 now.
Okay, as an excuse. Send a mail or call me, let's talk.
You see, when you build that first one, that phone, whatever, can continue.
No, let's do it the email, then the phone call. Then when there's something you want us to meet face to face, or you want to give me something, then let's meet. I think that is my own. Then which one do I like? Do I even like any?
You have said it all.
No, it's the least. I said 2 lists that I don't like. So I think I like the one that you should show respect to those in position of authority. I stand with that, and I always preach that. Give respect to people in authority, respect them, and So that's all we have to take.
Do unto others what you want others to do unto you.
Yes, so clip to cool.
Yeah.
You can say bye to the viewers.
Okay, viewers, thank you for doing this with us today. We are so happy to know that we are together in this. Thank you so much, and keep watching Equa Television.
All right, thank you for watching the episode today, and we talked on a beautiful country, that's the Cyprus, and we mentioned so many facts about it, so many beautiful tourist attractions, and even their etiquette, and even their population, and what have you. And it has been the Midday Show live on Equa Television Africa. Why don't you join us the next time for another refreshing episode? My name is Joyce Iyakwari. Thank you for watching.